Hi Taurus, my name is Audrey Alison and thanks for joining me for your October 2014 forecast for the month. I am indoors because the weather was very bizarre and raining earlier, and then it got sunny and then it started raining again, so I'm not taking chances. I'm indoors today. Next month I'll be outdoors, and next month I'll actually have a lot more time for forecasts. I'm making some arrangements in my life to open up my schedule, and I'm going to be a lot more available to you on YouTube, and I'm very much excited about my transitions to come, but I'm going to save a big announcement for next month. Okay, so let's deal with this Mercury retrograde that is ensconced between the two eclipses we're having. October 4th, Mercury retrogrades, 2 degrees Scorpio in your 7th house of relationships or business partnerships or marriage. Now, for those of you Tauruses who are in a relationship, your communication is off with your partner. I think that, and it's mutual. It feels like you're not understanding them maybe, and they're not getting your messages. It's probably best to not communicate verbally in the month of October. Find some other ways of communicating. Speak in tongues, if you catch my drift. Okay, so also, if you're not in a relationship, not the great time to start action towards initiating a relationship at the top of the month either. Focus on the internal work with a Mercury retrograde. Revise, rewrite, review, edit, analyze, all of the parts of Mercury that planet loves. When it retrogrades, it wants you to go through those things. It wants you to review the relationship. I think you could internally be going over a mental checklist in your relationships and finding what suits you versus what does not suit you. On the 8th of October, we have our full moon total lunar eclipse at 15 degrees Aries. This is your 12th house. Now, I'm not mad at this eclipse because having the sun in complete opposition to the moon, which is the eclipse, at 15 degrees in your psychic house, in your quiet 12th house, having a full moon eclipse is, the 12th house is one of the best houses to have it, because what this means is you could eclipse out an addiction. You could eclipse out anything that doesn't suit you. The 12th house is addictions and vices, but it's also spiritual guidance and rest and inner work, reflection. So what does not suit you, what no longer suits you, is coming up a lot internally for you, Taurus, in this reading. It's a message I'm channeling. I've been reading since 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, and it's currently 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'm channeling. Full moons are bringing something to an ending. You're quitting smoking, or you're quitting a vice, a habit, a pattern. You're quitting a pattern. Doesn't have to be smoking. It could apply to some people. The full moon is also giving you an awareness and bringing something to an illumination. I feel this is psychically. I think your dreams are going to be very prophetic. You're in the middle of a Mercury retrograde, which brings in information from the past that isn't settled yet, that isn't tidied up. You could be hearing from people from the past as well. The retrograde will bring them in, forcing them to want to return or communicate something that is unfinished in their minds. It might be finished in your mind. So it's up to you if you want to take that call. But you could be hearing, you could have a lot of voice messages in October. Especially, Mercury's retrograding in your 7th house of relationships. For those of you not in relationships, your ex could be coming back into the picture, and my gut's saying don't take that call, but you have free will. This is just a guideline here. Now, Mercury does retrograde deeper on the 10th of October into Libra, into your 6th house of health and your daily work. Okay, so the first week it's in the 7th house of relationships. Then the next week, you want to watch your health. You don't want to over-consume, and you want to really, and I just got this, sugars. Stay clear of them. They're a lot, if you can. for some reason, the behind your nose or the behind the head, the sinus area, sinus infections, respiratory influenza, colds. But I'm getting sugar feeds the beast behind the nose. Now, the words they use when I get them, I don't even know. But I feel like it means sugar is a catalyst for bacteria, and the more of it you're eating, the more of it can affect your health. Just in October, just maybe even the last 3 weeks of October, watch the sugar intake. And it's weird. I haven't said any of that to any sign. I'm just getting this for Taurus, so watch that. Okay, so Mercury retrograde in the health sector, or the 6th sector of pets. If you have animals, they might not be listening to you very well. The communication's off with the pets in the home. They're even like, come again? They're giving you like the Scooby ear. Just take it easy with the animals in this retrograde as well. But 6th house is daily work. You could be finding that even with your coworkers, you're like, can you repeat that again for the 5th time? Check your emails, check missed messages. It's a Mercury retrograde. There's going to be technical difficulties as well. Perhaps you're not finding the right physicians. Maybe you're looking for doctors, Western or Eastern, with the 6th house, and you're not getting the right information. You're not meeting the right people. Give it a minute, because when Mercury goes direct, he'll be direct in the 6th house on the 25th at 16 degrees, which will really push forward with the health sector, okay? You should be feeling better around the end of the month if you do come down with something in October. Now write this date down, because this is a trippy day. I'm anxious to see how this pans out for me personally. But the 23rd, the Sun and Venus enter Scorpio in your 7th house of relationships. Beautiful placement for those of you in relationships and for those of you looking for relationships. Okay, or marriage, commitment, not just dating, not 5th house flingy things. I mean a commitment, put a ring on it, monogamy. Venus is the planet of love, and the Sun is God. So the Sun is everything. It's the warmth. The Sun card in the Tarot is marriage and soulmate and success. So having these two signs for at least 28 to 36 days, well, the Sun is for 30 days, but Venus is stationed in Scorpio for about 36 days. From the 23rd on, in the 7th house can really beautify the relationship you're in. Draw in the right relationship as well for those of you who want one. But on this same day, okay, there's so many clauses to this. The partial new moon solar eclipse takes place at 0 degrees Scorpio in the 7th house. So those of you who want a relationship, it's eclipsed right in, because this is a new moon. It's bringing something new to you. And there's a newness and a freshness to the relationship you're in. Even though we're in a Mercury retrograde, just 2 days later on the 25th, Mercury goes direct at 16 degrees Libra in the 6th house, okay? So Mercury's not impeding the 7th house of relationships as much as he was the first 7 days of the month. Beautiful energy to start a relationship. Beautiful energy for your soulmate or the next marriage partner to come in. Commitment energy. On the 26th of October, Mars goes into Capricorn. This is a sister Earth sign for you. This will be funneling positive energy into you, a lot of action. This is in your 9th house, though. Study, higher education, the expansion and the broadening of the mind, wanting to travel abroad, foreign, far away travel. Mars is energy, action, passion, aggression, will, determination, anger. It's a malefic planet, so one of the downfalls of Mars is angry disposition. I think, if anything, Mars is going to give you determination to study and focus and the desire, Mars's desire, the desire to travel, to go far away, even if this is just mentally, to think of these locations and to start the action it takes to take that forward, to implement them. Mars is passion. The 9th house, studying and passion, desire to broaden the scope of the mind, it's just important. So he's going to give you a lot of energy in that sector, and he's going to be there for about 60 days, all of November as well. So you'll have him in this 9th house, which I love. For those of you who got the travel bug, you can thank Mars, because he's going to be the one booking your JetBlue flights or your Virgin flights, whatever you're into. All right, I want to pull the cards because I want to see what's going on here. I want to focus on the retrograde and the 2 eclipses for you, Taurus. And we'll see what's going on in October. Queen of Cups, very psychic. Okay, this is your 12th house. This is the full moon total lunar eclipse in your 12th. Heed your intuition through that lunar eclipse. It's going to bring things to an ending, but I also feel like you'll be dreaming, premonitions, Neptune, Pisces, this kind of 12th house energy, channeling. You could get prophetic dreams and channel very well. 4 of Wands, this is your 7th house of marriage. This is the card of marriage. This is the card of commitment and relationship. I shuffled these 78 cards. I'm pulling 4 of them. The moon. I get so emotional and wound up about these cards. Okay, the eclipses that we're having, plus your emotions, your intuition, your inner thoughts, your 12th house. But the eclipse pattern, I mean, this is so strong. Okay, 4th card. More major arcana, judgment, recalling the past, nostalgia, Mercury retrograde, bringing in past lovers who you thought were in the grave already. I don't think there's a lot of Tauruses that aren't going to be hearing from their exes, their ex-husbands, wives, their relationships from the past. The Judgment card is recalling the past. This is the outcome card, which means you're left recalling the past as well. So, like I said earlier, I don't know if you need to take that call. Let's see, let me put these together. I mean, I know this will apply to thousands of you in thousands of different ways, but I'm just going to give you some channeling words, and perhaps this will relate to those whom it's supposed to. Okay. These 2 together, these fell on top of each other. Okay, this is how I do my spread in the 4 cards. The first card would go on top. This is on the bottom. These are 2 very psychic, intuitive cards. Please heed your intuition, Taurus. There are messages being given to you through dream, through 12th house activity. The full moon is going to see to that. Now, this is about your current relationship and your old relationship. There is a comparative thing going on here because these 2 fall on the sides of those cards in the center. You might be comparing the relationship you're in to the relationship of the past, or vice versa. But the thing is, the relationship of the past is the one in the ending position, which means there's something about your current relationship that I think you desire to be a little bit like your past relationship. I hope I'm making sense. You're very happy in your current relationship, for those of you in them. And for those of you who want one, this card is telling me this is coming your way. He'll probably be eclipsed in completely on the new moon with the energy of the 23rd of October. An eclipse's energy lasts for up to 6 months. But you might want something about your current relationship to be a little bit like your past relationship. Maybe the responsibility, something about it. It's going to make sense to you personally. But either way, you're acknowledging it internally. You're not verbally saying, I wish you were like my boy. No, this is all internal, and it's just a process of compare and contrast that you're going through, Taurus. So keep it to yourself, and I will look forward to seeing you in November and talking to you then. My name is Audrey Alison. If you'd like to book a reading with me, I'm at audreyallison.com. Have a beautiful October, and I'll see you next month. Bye, Taurus.